I know that he was indicted for a violation of the Sherman Antitrust Act, and I don't know if it was indicted by a grand jury or not.
I think he was,
but I'm pretty sure he was. And so he was supposed to appear in court at 11 a.m., I believe. And at 9 a.m., he was like heading northbound on Midwest Boulevard.
Yeah,
and I'm laughing, but it's I feel bad for his family. Obviously, I'm not like laughing about what happened. It's just kind of
that's kind of what we talked about before we came over here. Was like some people wanted to like bring up like, well, does this have anything to do with? I mean, he obviously may have committed suicide.
I think real quick, though, we should say who is Aubrey McClendon. He's a minority owner of the Thunder. I think he owns like 20% of the team, but he was
the one-time CEO of Chesapeake Energy, who they kind of threw his ass out in the tall grass.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Yeah,
and then now
he was telling me that supposedly a whole bunch of deals were made with maybe people to testify against him. So a bunch of people got deals to testify against him.
I'm sure.
And now that he's dead...
From what I understand, I think the CEO of Sandridge Energy is one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question is, are the feds going to just say, well, now we're coming after all you... I mean, or do those deals stick? I don't know.
No, those deals stick. I mean, that was the impetus for those people giving that information
So my question is going to be, is everybody going to just get to walk away from this?
Probably.
I don't know.
And if that's the case, my initial thing when I heard about it was, man, did he commit suicide?
Yeah.
But
or is he in fucking Mexico sipping margaritas right now?
That is a conspiracy theory. He made the cops off to say he did die, and he's actually on an island somewhere.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he did drive his 2013 Tahoe into the fucking bridge, and not his $100,000 vehicle that is probably still sitting in his garage.
Like, I mean... Steve and I were talking about this the other day, and I made the Eraser reference, like, the Eraser.
Yeah.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Arnie came and got him?
Yeah. Arnie came and got him.
But my question is a new conspiracy that kind of comes up then with what you just kind of said. Was he killed? Because now that he's dead, all these people are like, we're scot-free.
Dude, not only... you bring up a good point, because... pretty much everybody in Seattle wanted this guy's fucking throat.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about like a Supersonics fan group set this up.
It came up, man.
Dude, I mean, I'm just saying. It's there.
Yeah.
Look, all right, look, okay. Let me put it this way.
Okay.
He pissed off a lot of people in Seattle.
Okay.
I'm sure there are plenty of important people on the list of people that he pissed off. You don't do things like that without repercussions. I think it would be myopic to think that in some sense those actions that he undertook did not in some way facilitate him being in the position that he found himself in. Not necessarily committing suicide, but at least to the extent that the FBI was involved in investigating him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, but this isn't the first time that a franchise has left a team and it's not been a good breakup. I mean, there's a laundry list, and hell, this year the Rams leaving St. Louis and going to L.A. There's a lot of pissed off Rams fans. But I don't think anybody's going to be coming after Magic Johnson, or he's not even part of the ownership group.
Stan Kroenke.
Yeah, I don't think. I guess what I'm saying is the more likely, at least to me, I mean, they're all conspiracies, but that the people that are involved in this, if everybody involved took a deal to testify against him, and even though he's dead, those deals hold, and now everybody's off the hook. That's, I mean...
And that's kind of what I was alluding to.
It never goes to court.
Like, anybody would bring anything like that up where it's like, oh, he just died. He was a great man. He did so many things for the city. And, that's all true.
Which he might have been, but
that's all true, but it's like...
Yeah,
if he had just died of natural causes, I would totally be like, yeah, we don't need to speak ill of the dead. But the guy just, like you put it, he just Thelma Louised his car into a bridge over here as he was supposed to be going to...
My wife calls me and she's like, hey, did you hear that Aubrey McClendon died, I was like, oh, he must have offed himself. I mean, I didn't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
That was the first thing Rob was there. Yeah. That was the first thing out of my mouth. I was like, oh, he must have offed himself. I didn't know any of the particulars. That was the first thing.
That's a hell of a way to go, though. Actually, holy shit.
Rob pointed it out. He said that is a pretty...
That's one of the top ways that males commit suicide. Yeah. Single passenger, single vehicle accidents.
They just run into
really? I figured
stuff run off of the.
I figured the number one was just a gun.
Well, I'm sure probably is, but it's still up there.
But you don't ever hear of. I mean, this dude, because they also said too I guess it was Paco Balderrama, the Oklahoma City police chief or whatever.
Is that a real name?
Yeah, Paco Balderrama. Yeah.
Okay.
I swear to you, yeah, he's on TV a decent amount. Anytime something happens in Oklahoma City, you'll see Paco Balderrama on the news.
Okay.
And he said, and I think he had said that it's going to take a couple of weeks for the whole investigation to be done, but he said that on the scene it looked, I guess, I'm assuming from tire marks and stuff like that, he had ample opportunity to avoid the crash.
Yep.
Now,
he's going
obviously, coincidence they do happen. He could have, been driving and had a medical event. Who knows?
It's but not like the guy didn't have a lot on his mind. I mean, sure. I'm sure that he could have spaced out, been thinking about something else, but it's unlikely in my mind.
I'm with you.
From what I understand, and I haven't looked at this myself, but from what I understand, he has not been named individually in any civil suit. And the only individual... The only time he was named individually was in this grand jury indictment. And so I think the idea that he had in his head was that he was protecting his estate for his family. Probably. I mean, this is all speculation. Who the hell knows? But I could see that being his motivation.
Yeah. He might be spending time in jail.
Yeah, that's why he drove his 2013 Tahoe into the damn bridge instead of his $100,000, $200,000 vehicle that... I don't remember what kind of vehicle it is. He's got some really nice... He's got all kinds of
course he
cars.
does, yeah.
What was the name of his business that he set up, like, literally across the street from Chesapeake?
Oh, gosh.
It's like American Energy Consultants or something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
No, that's not it, but
it's something like that,
in that vein, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I mean, honestly, I think we could do a whole podcast talking about this guy and like.
Well, I mean, we'll probably have to revisit it anyway because, like you said, the investigations and shit, and that ties into like so many other things we talk about anyway. Which
I was telling you on the way over. They submitted today, I think, or yesterday. A motion, I guess they
drop the charges.
To drop the charges against him.
He died.
I guess because they have to. There has to be a reason given, even though if it's just a perfunctory, just like okay, he's dead, so we can't. That's the reason why we're dropping charges because they had to file for the indictments to begin with.
Yeah.
And now they have to file to take them away. And I was just kind of like, I guess you just got to dot all your I's and cross all your T's there. But I mean, it's tragic. But obviously, the guy was involved in some pretty shady stuff.
Yeah, and I'm like, you got to bring it up.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't. Like I said, I don't want to just like say he was just a motherfucker, and I hate this guy because, like I said, I don't know the guy.
He did a lot of great things for.
He did a lot of great things. That's why a lot of people got really defensive about talking about any of the stuff we just talked about because they're like,
"Fuck Seattle, who cares?"
Yeah, I'm with you.